I really wanted to be out there today, man. I'm pissed I didn't make it out.
In a world with an increasingly complex jiu-jitsu landscape, these two complete fucking morons are here to break things down and give you their unsolicited opinions in the most offensive way possible. We're talking about the Old Man Grappling Hour. Tune in and listen, and we'll have you wondering where that hour just went.
Can you hear me at all? You think we could just play the intro on like a loop for an hour and get through a fucking show tonight? That's about where I am today. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's about the extent of my desire to be in the public eye today on a Sunday afternoon. I'm telling you, man, I feel like shit. I just spent 2 hours with my mother making me crazy. I love her to death. But God,
she's watching. Careful.
I know she'll be. She knows I love her though.
Let me do this. Let me do this.
What's up with you, brother? How are you, man? You doing all right?
I am. Just
Ooh, what do you got? Look at that. Look at you. I knew your fucking big ass brain would come up with something. You know I love you, Big Sonny. How fucking look at that. What is that? Did you do that yourself or is that
no,
that's me.
that's
I think it's
Troy's website.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's good. That's all you fucking need. Now we just talk about it. We can kill some time talking about it. This is No Judges Needed apparel. Whenever you guys are set, go hit up No Judges Needed. This is our number one sponsor. My man, my love, my buddy old pal, Mr. Troy Regano, black belt extraordinaire, awesome dude. He has an awesome company that sells awesome gear. If you're into jiu-jitsu or fighting or anything of that matter, go hit him up. And when you do, use our discount code OMGH from the Old Man Grappling Hour. Super easy to remember. And you will get 25% off your first order. And if you are ordering again, you can use OMGH10 to get $10 off spats, fight shorts, and rash guards. So any order of spats, any order of rash guard, any order of fight shorts, you get $10 off each order you put in. So go ahead, man. Or each item you order, you get $10 off, which is a fucking awesome discount. That's a pretty good discount. What else? Lavender Lane CBD oil. Lavender Lane CBD products in general. Oh, look, wow, fucking Sonny. But I know I fucking love you for some reason, man. It was fucking seamlessly making up for my ineptness. That's why I love you, man. CBD oils. Go hit Lavender Lane up. They actually have a whole array of products, essential oils. OMGH get you 20% off, I think it is. I forget it's 20 or 25%. That's a decent discount. 20% off, I think it is.
Who's that?
I don't know. Some hippie. Some fucking hippie. Shit, hold on. Let me put my I got a new I think we'll see. Who knows what's gonna happen? And we might have somebody calling. We might not. Who knows? Maybe it'll just be me and you. We haven't done a Sonny Parlin and Uncle Coach Kevin Love Fest in a while. We just let these fuckers talk to us.
I'm okay with that.
You know what? I'm okay with that too, man. It's just a little bit of Sonny and Kevin time.
None of these pussies want to come on camera.
Fuck them all. Who gives a shit? Who really cares? Right? I do this because I love you more than anything else. I don't give a fuck about them people. I don't give a fuck. Dude, for more than anything, I just like to hear my fucking own voice. So I would literally do this if no one watched. I could still see my little face in the camera. That's just the type of guy I am.
Well, if you can touch just one person.
I can touch just one person. That's funny. I like that. That's good. How'd it go with Robbie today? You guys do a good show? You had some fun?
It was good, man. Like, I got to show you this thing. It's so funny.
Let's see what you got.
Hang on. I got to find a thing.
I miss you, by the way. I'm pissed. I wanted to drive out there because I didn't come out on Thursday. I wanted to come out there, but my life fucking went to shit today.
That's
right. I took that goddamn Alpha Brain stuff. Oh, God, dude. I know that like Joe Rogan and people love that stuff. It just made me crazy, man. It just shuts me down. I mean, I don't like it at all. I don't like that shit at all. Any of those what do they call it? Neurotransmitter enhancers or whatever the hell they're called. That shit has like an opposite effect on me. That's how I know I really have OCD, or what do they call it? ADD. Because, you know, they give you Adderall to counteract ADD. So when you actually suffer from ADD and you're not just a crazy person that wants to get high, like you take Adderall and it's supposed to calm you down. Like I take these things and I go nuts. I guess I like shut down.
Okay.
Like my whole brain just quits working.
Okay, so shout out to Chill Coffee, right?
Let me see.
So like what this is a coffee cup.
Are they going to
It's
pay us anything, or are we going to fucking just talk about this?
No. I'm just doing this out of the goodness of my heart because I wanted to show you this because it's so freaking cool.
Let me see.
So it's legitimately a coffee cup. You can put coffee in there and drink your coffee. And as you're drinking your coffee, you put your finger over this little hole right here, and you put your lighter here.
Look at you. That's actually, Sonny, I will tell you, that is actually one of the cooler fucking things I've ever seen. Because I have not been smoking weed lately. I don't know what it is. I haven't been smoking pot. For some reason, I just said, fuck it. Haven't want to get high. But
that's goddamn genius.
Yeah, that's fucking genius. And I can't believe there hasn't been something else along those lines that I have seen, because I would have seen it by now.
That's one of those products that you never knew you always needed.
Yes, because what goes better together than smoking weed and drinking coffee? Like nothing. That's the perfect balance. And to have both
exactly
of them
right
in a single apparatus is amazing. It's breathtaking. It's astounding. I'm thoroughly impressed with that.
Yeah, man, I was too. I enjoyed it.
Did I send Justin Rader's thing in? Let me see.
Your mom is great.
Did she say something? Did she comment already? I can't see it over here. I have a lag.
She says, I am here. Meow meow.
Well, all right. Meow meow to you too, Mom. I just left her. It's her fault that I couldn't make it to Braden. Actually, it's my fault. I'm not gonna blame her. I could have got my day started earlier, but I was lazy. Last of days.
Oh, your mom likes the coffee cup.
My mom's got enough vices. Believe me, she don't need to smoke weed. She takes enough shit.
Mama Gallagher, we'll get you into some weed.
Mama Gallagher. What is new with how's your gym been going? You guys been training? Everything been going good? You enjoying it?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know.
Nah, let's talk. We're here, baby. Let's talk.
No, it's just there's a lot of people that are, I think, interpreting their jiu-jitsu academy as a gym, and I just reject that right off the bat. I don't think we're gyms. I think we're training facilities. And when you look at it in that light, and the fact that we train police, and the fact that we train military, both active and former, and the fact that we train professional fighters makes us essential.
Right.
So I just think this whole idea that we can get together, but then we have to stay 6 feet apart inside the gym makes no sense. So I know some jiu-jitsu academies have been doing it that way, and that's cool. I mean, they can do things the way they want to, but I just think it's weird. You know, if you're in the room with somebody and you're near them, like, I don't know.
Well, you found that loophole, right? You found that you did.
Yeah,
Kara,
Kara,
state senator or something like that, right?
Yeah, she wrote a letter to all the county commissioners, who then forwarded it to like senators and all kinds of people. And next thing I know, I'm on the phone with the regional business director of
making moves,
Manatee County, and the guy sent me the executive order for Florida for the gyms,
right, or
for the businesses, I should say. And under essential businesses, he highlighted some words that basically showed me that we can declare ourselves an essential business
because you train law enforcement.
Because we train law enforcement specifically.
Right.
So
there you go, man. I mean,
And the fact that one of my biggest clients, like that comes in the mornings, almost every morning, is a lieutenant from the Manatee Sheriff's Department. So
right. I believe me. I was drinking the Kool-Aid before. I was a little bit nutty before. I'm all for it now. Fuck it, man. Just see what the fuck happens. Like roll the fucking dice. We're all grown ass men. We'll see what the fuck happens. You know what I mean? Like
don't get me wrong.
if
I
we
don't want
gotta
to get
crawl
sick.
our asses back in the house again because there's fucking dead bodies stacked in the street, then so be it. But like, as if right now, I'm over it. We did our
Yeah.
time. We gave it 2 months. I said 2 months. I would have liked to have waited another 2 weeks just because I'm OCD and I set 2 months as the time. But it's time. Let's just fucking get going again. Get life fucking turned again. How are your students taking it? Are they dealing with it well or what? Are they excited to be back?
I have a number of students that have chosen not to come back yet. Just probably because they just don't feel safe with it yet, and that's cool, man. Like I totally get it. But the ones that are there are gung ho,
Yeah, we at South at Mass Gym, we're still doing the 6 foot rule, and I had to teach 2 classes last week, and it was rough, man. It's difficult. You make a joke out of it, and I know that Matt is doing it because he wants to get people back into the habit of at least showing up to the gym. But it's kind of sad. It's just like you can't. I mean, literally, it's just me. As much as I love an audience, a captive audience that has to listen to me talk, fucking choice. I mean, it's boring, man. I'm just fucking sitting up there talking shit, telling people techniques, giving them philosophical fucking stories about jiu-jitsu and shit. But I will say this: the guys that show up dig it.
Yeah.
The guys that are there are liking it. They're enjoying it.
Like I said, man, if people got to do things their own way, Matt's going to do things his own way. It's his business. He has to run it the way he thinks it's best. So I can't knock him for doing that, but I'm a little bit more, I guess, no risk, no reward kind of attitude right now. And I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it's okay to get started again. So that's just me.
I think Matt in particular has a he's right there in the belly of the beast in South Tampa land.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt has always been the type of person, he doesn't post political points of view on Facebook. He stays very neutral in all accords simply because he realizes the biggest rule of business is, don't allow your own personal views to piss people off to fuck your business up. That's just Matt's mindset. Matt is all about business. And I think he's concerned about opening up too soon and then creeping some people out and then pissing people off in the long run. But from what I hear from him, what I hear from him, he's just like, this is retarded. This is ridiculous. I don't know why we're not rolling. This is fucking stupid. I just can't figure it out anymore. June 1st is what he's kind of talking about. Behind closed doors is what he released when he put his word out. We might have Justin Rader come on here now.
I mean, bro, I got a fighter to train,
Yeah, me too. I got to train with the crew because we were training Matt Frivola, so I got to go in there and roll Matt Frivola. He's got a UFC fight going up.
Right. And
so I got to train
there
Frivola.
You guys go, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I get it, man. I'm there with you. I get it. I understand that we have to protect ourselves, and I get all that. But at the end of the day, bro, it's time. Fuck it, bro. Let's just see what the fuck happens, dude. I'm not living in fear anymore, man. Like, and hell cometh. Who gives a fuck? We'll see what happens. We got to roll
full body condoms.
Whatever, dude. What the fuck, bro? What am I gonna do? Lock myself in my fucking house for the rest of my fucking life? I mean, what did somebody? I shouldn't say that. I don't wear condoms. Why would fucking? What am I really worried about?
Oh my god.
Sorry, mom. Talk for a second. I'm gonna grab my fucking drink around the corner. Justin Raider might come on. He just hit him up. I'm
right.
literally walking right there to grab my drink because it's not in my arms reach.
I think I can handle it.
Be all right. You're not gonna go fucking.
So
You're not gonna go like Wayne's World on me, are you? You're gonna go like what's not Wayne? The other guy's name? What's the other guy's name? Garth. You're gonna just sit
Garth.
there. Hold on for 2 seconds.
I'm gonna light this
Tell a funny
joint.
story, Sonny. This is your time. Tap dance.
Yeah. It's just a plant. It's just a plant. It's just a plant. It's just a plant.
Good job. Nice work.
I was singing.
Imagine my surprise when I came back to the screen to see you smoking a blunt. Oh, imagine that. What's Sonny gonna do to kill some time? I guess I'll just smoke this blunt. Hello, gents. Who is that? Gene Hawks. Gene, you want to jump on the show and talk for a little bit?
I like your profile picture, Gene.
Yeah, send Gene a link. What the fuck? Get his ass on here. Pull his ass up. Who is Gene? Is he one of your students?
I don't think Genie is one of
I
those.
didn't. You know, I should share this. Not that anyone ever fucking clicks on the link when.
Oh
I do.
shit! That's what we forgot to do.
We did share it. No, it's on the Omen Grapple now. We just didn't
Yeah, I
share it.
know, but we forgot to share it. Oh my goodness. I'm so loud. I'm so loud.
That's all right.
Hang on.
Wasn't
It's something got fucked up.
Yeah, my fucking
I
my
must
meager existence.
do I seem like really loud to you?
No, I think you sound quite well. Is this one here?
In my ear, it was really loud. I just sent Gene Hawks a link.
See if he clicks on it.
I will. And
Gene,
I
jump
also
on.
sent
Jump on the
Dustin
show,
Rhodes-
Gene. Tell us how you feel.
Sent Dustin
Talk to me.
Rhodes a link. Dustin Rhodes, motherfucker, come on
Dusty
the show.
Rhodes. The American Dream.
No,
Oh,
not that
shit's
Dustin.
not fucking. Here it is. Where we go. All right, cool.
Not that Dustin Rhodes.
Not that Dustin Rhodes. Hold on. Turn the volume down here. How do I?
That's
share
right.
it?
Let me do the same thing. I got to do the same fucking thing. I'm like, why is there only like 6 people watching? Because I forgot to share it like a fucking moron.
Whatever. I love you, baby.
Hang on. Old man grabbing
now it's
hour
shared.
page.
Now it's shared. Watch our numbers rise exponentially to eight viewers.
Yeah.
all 8 of our closest friends.
Why does it make me do this?
Oh, join the conversation. There you go. You even have the link on it. Perfect. I don't have to alter anything.
There you go. Start.
No one ever clicks on this goddamn link. It makes me fucking crazy.
There we go.
Seriously. You want to get Silver Fox on again? See what he's doing.
Share watch party to more places. Share.
If
I don't know what the fuck.
If Justin Raider comes on, then make sure we give him some alone time because he's
who is Justin Raider?
He's a pretty big jiu-jitsu competitor. He's been around. He's a black belt. He went against Gianno Grappo in a fight a little while back. I think he won the trials, the ADCC trials. Anyway, I've seen him on a couple different podcasts. He's a smart cat. He talks. He's
Cool.
Very, very
You want me to?
well-spoken.
Should I bring on Gene?
Yeah, bring his ass on. Fuck it. Nobody else is Gene there. Bring him on.
Hello, Gene.
Gene, what's up, my man? Well, you're a big son of a bitch. Look at you. Big old scary looking bald motherfucker. Can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Gene?
Breaking shit here.
What's up, brother?
So far, we're running a very successful
Can you hear me?
operation.
Yeah, man, I
we
can
can hear
hear
you. Can you hear us?
Can you hear both of us? I don't think you can hear me. Say something to us, Sonny.
You can't hear us?
Yeah. Huh?
Disconnect
Yeah. Click on. Go off the link
Connect,
and then click back
and
on
then
again.
come
Yeah,
back on.
Back on again. Yeah.
That's pretty good sign language.
Yeah, all right.
Connect, disconnect, and then come back.
Send him a message and tell him to come back on. See if he figures it out. I don't know. Fuck him.
Oh, wait a second. Somebody else just popped up.
Who's that? Who's that? Let's see.
Carol Pravic.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, that's Silver Fox. Yeah, bring
Silver
that.
Fox.
Am I-
What's up, brother?
Am I invited by mistake?
No, not at all.
I just wanted to listen to Sonny butcher your name and call you Carol, so you can come on and correct us. I know how much you love that.
All right.
How are you, my man? You doing all right?
Gene, just
Yeah,
chill
doing
in the
good.
back for a little bit if you don't mind.
No, let's.
No, not you. Not you.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Oh,
How you
All
been,
right.
bud? You doing all right?
yeah, I'm watching something about World War One and watching Godfather.
Where are you watching World War One at? What is that? What is that? A documentary or something?
I just have to pick up the pile of the administrative crap that we as school owners have to do. Yeah, it was on History Channel. Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
man.
I channel surf, so I was. I
You're
was
you're in
not,
Florida with us, right?
No, he's
no, I'm. I'd like to be.
not today. It's
But I'm
raining
up
like
here
shit
in New
today.
Jersey. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Until I can kind of stop the daily roll with the Fox filming, then I'm staying up here. I kind of committed to do. I committed to do some instructional videos too, but I told them I said I'll do it after I stop filming daily. So
How are you doing with that role with the Fox? Is that doing all right for you, man? You getting a good following out of that?
oh yeah. People love it. It's basically, the concept is, I really like training jiu-jitsu and I want people to enjoy it as much as I do. So, it's basically the format. We did it on a monthly basis beforehand. And now since March 13th, we've done it on every single day. And it's basically a troubleshooting session. So I have a plan. Based on questions, I start teaching and people ask me questions. So it's interactive. So we literally are covering every continent except for Antarctica.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah,
That's
it's a lot
pretty
of
cool.
fun. Fun.
Did you go to Prague last year? Did you end up going back to Prague last year? I remember you were talking about it.
Yeah. I have a seminar. It's a camp. It's a 3-day camp every year in Czech Republic for the last, I want to say 5, 6, maybe 7 years.
Yeah.
So it's mid-June. This year, I'm pretty sure it's canceled. But we're gonna redo it again next year. Last year we had about 60 people. It's a lot of fun. So if anybody's interested, mid-June 2021, guys, it's a lot of fun. We basically enjoy the country and enjoy Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and each other's company.
I tell you, man, we talked about that when I interviewed you for the jiu-jitsu times when you came back down here, when you came down here last year. Like Prague, that's on my bucket list of places to visit. It's
then you can connect the two dots, jiu-jitsu and sightseeing.
that's right.
It's pretty easy to get around. It's safe. It's cheap.
If I could
And
just get a free trip out of it, it's cool. I don't even care about getting paid, just enough to get me over there and back.
There you go. Just come out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not very well traveled myself. I did not even know Prague was a place, and because I heard it in movies, like spy movies in particular, like let's meet in Prague.
Prague
shit
is
like
one
that.
of the more beautiful cities in Eastern Europe, man, or in Europe in general. The pink city is famously what it's called. All the buildings are painted pink, right? Is that correct?
Oh wow.
Not so much. They have different colors, but it's a lot of pastel colors. But it didn't get. Prague is very historical, and the surroundings too. Like if you just Google castles in Czech Republic, you have to know how to spell it. You'll see how amazing the place is. You'll get an idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop a little trivia on you guys.
Let's hear it.
You guys
let's
know
do
where
it.
the Czech part of Czechoslovakia, well, it's Czech Republic now, is frequently referred to Bohemia. Do you know where that word originated from?
No, I'm curious. Though.
Wait,
I
which
thought because
word?
I thought it had something to do with the Bahamas. Isn't there something? Is it? I know the terminology, but there's a different Bohemian when you talk about the Bahamas, right? So I'm curious. Tell me where it comes from.
So I hope this is not an old wives' tale, but this goes from Shakespeare, way back from Shakespeare times. Back then, he was thinking of a very far away place, which was the Czech, and he referred to it as Bohemia, and that's where the word Bohemian came from. But at that time, he never visited it. He never, back then it was, I don't know what Shakespeare was, 1500.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it would take him like 3 months to get there on over a boat and a horse and so forth. So that's where the word Bohemian came from.
Tell us about some of the, pre-industrial revolution historical relevance of Prague as a city, as its ancient history goes.
Well, Prague is kind of had its ups and downs in 1400s. No, actually in the 1300s. The king of Czech. It's weird. It's like they call it Czechia, which drives me crazy because people confuse it with Chechnya, and they're probably 1,500 miles apart, and people don't can't quite place it. So usually the country refers to itself as the Czech Republic, formerly Czechoslovakia. But back in the 1400s, the king was also a Roman emperor. So that was one of the peak periods of there. So there's actually a castle about half an hour from Prague, which you can Google. It's Karlstein Castle. Never been conquered. It's an amazing site, and you can actually tour it. It's probably one of the closest things you can do to time travel. So I highly recommend it, guys. If you ever get a hankering, I'll post this stuff, before 3 months before the camp is going on. I start posting it on Facebook, and it's usually sold out, but they usually give like a little bit of pass to people from the United States to visit. So it's a lot of fun.
Thanks, Sonny. Think about an old man grappling hour episode remote from the glorious city of Prague. We should probably figure out a way to get out there.
Yeah, that'd be fun over a beer in some Czech pub.
I had logging in from
only
Florida.
have to refer to it as a middle-aged men.
That's right, the middle-aged men of Prague. That's great, man. That's great, man.
But I'm basically starting to make kind of like a bigger camp strategy. So I've been doing camps sort of and seminars all over. I'm still going to do individual seminars, but I also want to do sort of like, I like these camps because people hang out together for 3 to 5 days. Mm-hmm. It's a lot more fun, a lot more bonding experience. You get a lot, people love it, but I want to do it in places where there is something besides jiu-jitsu to attract people. So for example, in Czech Republic, there's a lot of history, a lot of sightseeing, a lot of culture. It's a lot of fun. In the wintertime, I'm doing Costa Rica, which, for obvious reasons, it's warm. Again, there's a beautiful nature. It's a beautiful country. People super friendly. Food is great. And I'm thinking about, I have a friend in Italy, Federico Tisi. He runs a very big affiliation. He's got like maybe 65 now, probably close to 100 schools affiliated with him.
Wow.
So I do seminars there and in Germany too. So I'm going to try to put some anchors around and then try to do the individual seminars in between. But I think the camps are the way to go. If you're into jiu-jitsu and some additional, sightseeing, try to see some historical places. There's nothing better because usually the jiu-jitsu bonds people together very quickly. So you could always see things that the locals can show you, or you can see things that you normally wouldn't if you were just a tourist,
That's quite the lifestyle you're living there, Mr. Stover Fox. I'm impressed.
I do like
man.
to come to Florida too, though.
Yeah,
Especially in the wintertime because you guys have the warmth.
You got family down here too, right? You got a friend that lives in Sarasota.
I have friends and some Hensel related schools and
yeah.
And I do love water too, you know that.
Well, man, whenever you're in town, you make sure you come by for sure, man. 100%, dude.
I'm game. How you guys making out? You guys are fully open now, no?
Go ahead, Sonny.
Well, my gym is, yes, we're rolling and we're doing the whole 9. And I think where Kevin works at Matt's gym, there's still social distancing inside the gym.
Officially, per the government, we are allowed to open, but we must maintain social distancing. But the majority of school owners are going full tilt, and I don't think they're really enforcing it much. This is Florida, baby. This is the Wild West. We do what the fuck we want to do down here, man. We wrestle
I think
alligators
there
and
might be
shit.
a revolution brewing up in the Northeast.
The kind of
You know?
people that come to my classes don't give a flying fuck about getting COVID. They're like, literally, they're like, half these guys are like, give it to me, I want it.
Oh man,
You got Justin on there yet, Sonny? Is he in there? Is he in the back? Justin Raider? Did he clock in yet?
He came in as the Punisher. Is
It's
that
the
him?
Punisher. That's probably him, man.
All right.
All right.
So thanks, Paval. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you coming on, man. We got our boy coming on. You kill some time with us, man. Go watch
Go
your
have fun. I'll
documentary.
talk to you guys soon.
Hey, man.
All right.
Whenever you want to come to Florida, you let us know, man.
Will do. Thanks, guys.
Be good, brother. Thanks,
Thank
man.
you, Silver Fox.
My dog. So
All right. So do we want to go Gene or are we going right to the Punisher?
yeah, make fucking Gene wait. He's cool. Gene, chill for a little bit if you want to jump on. We got our guy. I've been trying to
All
get
right.
on for a little
Gene's
while.
cool.
Yeah.
Hello, the Punisher.
What up, big dog?
Guys,
Same old shit, man. I've been trying to get you on for a little bit, man.
right?
Yeah, dude. We'll get you there, man. We got you there. I saw you on Emil's podcast. I got jealous. I was like, fuck, man, we got to get him on now.
Heck yeah.
Emil's our boy, man. So just for the folks at home and for my buddy Sonny Pollard here, man, you are quite the jiu-jitsu competitor, right? You're out there about competing all the time, aren't you?
Used to be. Haven't
to be.
competed in well, I think I just hit 2 years. Haven't competed. I've been busy out here building my academy,
Cool.
Legacy Martial Arts, and so that's what I've been doing recently. But hey, man, never know. I'll probably never be able to just slam that door shut and say I'm all the way done. I competed for so long, it feels like second nature, but yeah, at the moment, I don't have anything scheduled, nothing coming up. Of course, tons of stuff got canceled. So
Right. I remember seeing you against Johnny Groppo. You're up there are you in Jersey or in that northeastern area up there?
no, I'm actually in Oklahoma City.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wow.
That you competed in that area that they flew you out there, though, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yes, yeah,
I
absolutely.
obviously did my homework.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
That's cool, man. How are things post COVID in the Oklahoma area out there, man?
Man, as far as I can tell, everything's going really well. We just recently, this week, started holding in-person classes again, and doing our very best, to social distance, make sure everyone is staying safe, cleaning the mats in between classes and all that kind of stuff. But we're pretty much back to business as usual, which is awesome. I can say from my own perspective and vantage point, as good as it was for what we had during the time, Zoom is, difficult. I'm not tech savvy. So for me, it was difficult to really pivot, turn, and start to make a lot of those adjustments, when it comes to teaching class. You're only my classes usually last longer than Zoom allows us, to have without paying for it. What you can and can't teach through Zoom, who might have a partner at home and who might not, who has grappling dummies and who hasn't, and just the very nature of having to walk everybody through over and over again, click here, no, click here. And then of course you just can't, sometimes you just don't know, sometimes the internet drops, and that's a very real thing, so it was frustrating, but we got through it, and everything is going really well. So I see online all the time, different places, really struggling, different states not yet open, semi-open, that kind of thing, and it's a real issue, and it's kind of heartbreaking seeing some of the things that are happening too.
Yeah. It sucks from a jiu-jitsu practitioner, jiu-jitsu instructor point of view to not be able to do the thing that I love most in the world, which is practice and teach jiu-jitsu, and to have to find ways to weasel my way around it and do Zoom classes, and it's kind of there, but they're really the fucking same thing. You really lose a piece of who you are, a piece of part of who you are.
What's the appeal of Zoom over Facebook Live?
Zoom, I think, is maybe a little bit more personal. I'm not entirely sure, honestly. It just kind of seemed like
Because if I was going to do online classes, I would just Facebook Live to my student group on Facebook.
Yeah, and that was an option. We had definitely considered that. I just found out about Zoom first. It kind of just seemed to be the big thing that everyone did or whatnot, but I think honestly you can get maybe a little more interaction with
I think that's what it is.
Zoom. It's a lot easier to answer questions and take questions through Zoom because you can actually kind of like on some level see who it is you're talking to and that kind of thing. So you can't really do that on Facebook Live. You've kind of got to stop and read comments and
Oh, I see.
But
Zoom is like a conference call platform similar to what we're doing here with StreamYard.
Google just came out with something new. I think it's called Google Talk. Have you heard of this?
I did hear of that, but not until we were already in, the Zoom protocol, it was working.
Right.
We had a routine and rhythm.
Gotcha.
I have heard of that. I haven't looked into it though.
But you guys you're back to training. You got bodies in the gym, full contact, full go. Now, is that, so I mean, I don't care one way. I'm not trying to rat you out. Is that something that has been okayed by the state or by your community, or is that just you guys just saying, fuck it, we're just doing it?
I think it's a bit of a middle of the road kind of path, like we are limiting partners, you only get one partner per class. So you like at the end of the day, like you can't just, like to practice the art of jiu-jitsu. I mean, you can't just, social distance from everyone, but we have limited it to one partner. I put little X's on the mat to, kind of like, okay, this is 6 feet apart. This is 6 feet apart. This is 6 feet apart, which was, here and out in Oklahoma, 6 feet was kind of what was kind of the reference point, if you will. So we do our very best. Like I said, they get one partner, we space them out, that kind of thing. Not doing a whole lot of rotating, which means like getting a lot of sparring rounds is not as easy right now. But hey, we're back, we're in person, and it's just great to see everybody again.
Yeah, man, it's fucking cool. I mean, Sonny's going, and like at my gym, we're kind of doing similar things. We're not doing any contact stuff. Not my gym, but the gym that I coach at. We're not doing any real contact stuff. But it's just cool to start seeing some faces come back. But I can't wait to just be able to be like, hey, all right, guys, let's do this thing, bring it all back. I just miss everybody, man.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, it's a shit thing, bro. So let's talk a little bit about you as a competitor, because I'm curious about you, because I like you. I've seen you compete, and you're an interesting cat. You get into it, man. You know what I mean? I remember watching you on that Fight to Win. Like, it was a fun show, man. You went out there, you get into that shit, man. Tell me about, some of the things that, you talked about how you want to keep competing. Tell me about some of the things that you really love about going out there and competing.
I absolutely love testing myself, and I really enjoy like trying to find out, as best I can, like where I really stand, and I like putting myself in positions of like, man, I'm just not entirely sure if I'm going to come out on top this time, and finding a way to do that, like that's something my wrestling coach really passed on to me was, like he would always constantly tell us and tell our team, like, you got to find a way to win sometimes. Like, you're not always the best out there. You're not always the most talented. You're not always the most athletic, but you can still find a way to win, and especially with, jiu-jitsu, a lot of people, use the analogy, kind of compare jiu-jitsu to chess, it's like, what little moves can I make? What little advantages here and there can I maybe try to get myself to overcome, a bigger opponent, a stronger opponent, an opponent with a bigger name, someone who is, on paper supposed to be more talented, than I am, and I think it was a Rickson Gracie quote that I really just absolutely love. He goes, sometimes you don't win, sometimes you can't win, but that has nothing to do with losing, was that Rickson?
I don't know that, but I will agree with you. The quote is the first time I've heard it. That's a good quote.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think it was. I might be misquoting on that or whatnot, but I think it was him. And I always try to give, credit where it's due. But, so like, I absolutely love the challenge. I love walking out there and just seeing like, hey, we're putting all our cards on the line, and, let's see who can come out on top this time.
Yeah. It's funny you talked about the analogy of jiu-jitsu and chess, because there are elements of jiu-jitsu and chess that are very similar, particularly when you get to the levels that, us as black belts can compete at. We're thinking on, 2 or 3 moves ahead. We're setting traps. We're setting decoys and all these other things to kind of confuse our opponents. But our head instructor, me and Sonny Parton's head instructor Rob Kahn uses this analogy at times. He said, jiu-jitsu is very similar to BJJ, or BJJ is very similar to jiu-jitsu, but in jiu-jitsu, oftentimes we can use pain compliance to fool our opponent. So in other words, like if you can picture playing chess, like me and you are playing chess with one another, but you have a shot collar around your neck. So when I'm going, I get to move my pieces however I want. Then when you go, I get to buzz you with the shot collar. So like talking about finding a way to win, sometimes those stressors, sometimes that aggression, sometimes just being a dick. You know what I mean? Can fool your opponent and get you the opportunities that when you maybe you're going against someone who's a little bit better in jiu-jitsu, but you just want to win that much more,
Right, and then you just really start to get into like the mental part of the game. Like, you talk about maybe being a little bit of a dick or something like that. Like, there's a whole, like I got it from wrestling. Like there's a whole strategy of wrestling on the edge, and there are little tacky things you can do to take someone out of their game, out of their element, like make them like kind of like mad at you, slap them in the, top of the head. You can't hit the face in little things, I mean, like this was maybe a very dramatic expression of this or whatnot, but you kind of talk about doing little tactics like that. Think of it whatever you may, but they certainly work. I mean, remember when Wagner kicked AJ off the Fight to Win stage?
I was actually competed on that card. I was there when it went down. I was there too. Yeah, Sonny was there too. I was literally Matt side when it happened.
Half the audience booed and half the audience cheered. It was hilarious.
It's funny how many times that literally, I think at least every third or fourth show, somehow or another, that analogy comes back up again.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I always picture Wagner in my head being King Leonidas from 300.
Yeah, they made that meme about him kicking him off the fucking stage. I'm
pretty sure I've told this on the show before, but a funny story about that is fucking AJ called the cops.
Oh, that's right. He did. His father did. His father did. His father had to press
because we only know that because one of the cop that showed up to take the report trained at our network.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
I didn't know about that. That's
yeah.
He was basically he was just like, get the fuck out of here. Grow the fuck up.
Trying to like press charges. Like you signed a waiver, sir.
Oh yeah, that's funny. I didn't know that.
But yeah, I mean that's when I think about competing, anytime you're competing at the highest levels, when you've got two guys, there's not much that's going to separate. Now there's going to be outliers like Gordon Ryan and some guys that are just ridiculously more skilled than anybody else. But there's not much that separates my jiu-jitsu from your jiu-jitsu. And I don't mean that to say that, but you understand what I'm talking about. Like my skill level from your skill level isn't really that much difference. What the difference makers are a lot of times are understanding how to win that mental game and understanding how to win the game within the game. And it's not a lot of times about jiu-jitsu. It's about fooling. It's about it's about taking advantage. It's about breaking someone's will and someone's spirit and then taking the opportunity to win, and a lot of people don't realize that, don't think about that.
Yeah, well, especially when you talk about two competitors who are just so close to skill, like it can really come down to skill. Like, if you got black belt and blue belt or whatnot, and like the skill gap is like this big or whatnot, like I just know a little bit more, but man, all those other little elements, like when you got, guys that, are this, or, maybe the next day is this or that, I mean, those littlest things or whatnot, those are the things that make a difference between, winning and winning consistently at that kind of level as well.
That's why I always, when you think about guys like, guys that win at the highest levels and have been on top of the game for years and years, like Bruno Malfese, guys that have won, what's the other, the big guy, the heavyweight, Pacheco, you know what I mean? You think about guys that have won consistently year in and year out, and you think about their ability to be able to consistently win that game, to consistently know how to beat their opponents. And it's not always about being the better fighter. It's about understanding how to capitalize. It's very, very impressive when you see guys who consistently win year in, year out based upon that.
Yep, I 100% agree.
So tell me a little bit about about yourself as a competitor, man. What do you feel like some of your strengths and weaknesses when you go out there to compete?
I would say probably one of my strengths is like I believe in myself. I think more than like a lot of people might give me credit for. Like I never bet against myself. I 100% believe in myself, and I can be very, very intense as well, and I just, like just things that my wrestling coach used to say to me before I would walk out there. Like, I mean, I have a whole like 45-minute ritual, that it takes for me to kind of get warmed up and psyched up, and all that kind of stuff or whatnot. And I just, have a lot of really good positive self-talk, going through my mind, things that he used to tell us and tell me specifically was like, when you go out there, you don't give anything up. Okay. Especially you don't give up anything easy, and you take everything that's given to you. Right. Which is kind of his way of saying, you don't always need to force things or whatnot. Sometimes you just need to like, do enough to make them kind of like open up and show their hand and cards, so that you can capitalize, just keep everything sharp, solid, smart, stay at home, stay basic, stay fundamental, and, I'm always in, I'm always down to go, the entire time, I mean, if it turns into a real grind, I'm down for that. I'm there to fight, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever the allotted time, amount is. And I've competed in, so many different rule sets, so like, I mean, you just got to be ready and prepared, for anything, so like, I mean, every second of, if there's still seconds on the clock, I'm still pushing forward, and that's really, kind of my mentality approach, and like, just, I mean, I stay, very, very basic and very solid for the most part, and like even some of the quote unquote, like, flashy, fancy moves that, I may have, been able to pull off in the past, like for me, like they're actually really, really, really safe and a very high percentage and very low risk, which is really, like you don't see a lot of like, flying triangles or, flying arm bars from me, like I'm
Right.
very much, like, in your face from the very beginning, controlling the center of the mat, I mean, I enter it, and I use so many strategies. I mean, that's where I learned how to, come up with strategy for grappling was from wrestling. I took everything I learned from wrestling. It was just like, okay, like how, like I need to tweak it here and there for grappling and let's see how I can make it work. Like I, wrestling on the edge, controlling the center, getting that first score, knowing what I have to do the rest of the match and how big that first score can be, so, implementing also the strategy as well that I learned from wrestling and bringing it over to grappling. I didn't go out there and just, hunt for this and hunt for that, recklessly without a care in the world. I mean, there was this very, very, very specific approach each and every single time. And over the years, I was able to hone that, down to like, I mean, a real science. I mean, I go out there and I do, I have the same 2 or 3 different things that I do each and every single time. And there's a reason they work. It's just because I've honed that, sword, for so many years. I mean, it's an exact science of what I'm going out there and trying to do. And it's no secret, like there and I feel like I did a pretty good job of that, as I only had like, especially during the time I was competing, I really only had 2 main adversaries that could take me out of that game and put me in their game. And that was Rafael Mendez and Cobrinha, who are, pretty good dudes.
Yeah. That's pretty good list to be on right there, my man.
Right.
Well, dude, Sonny, you got any other questions, man? Anything else you want to talk to him about?
No, it's been good talking with you, man.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna fucking move on. We got people waiting. Like I said, I just want to jump you on for a few minutes. I'm gonna get you on to jiu-jitsu times. We're super backed up, man. But you're definitely on the list. We're gonna get to you, bro. Dude, you're awesome. But thanks for jumping on. But I appreciate it, man. Super awesome cat, man. Real good shit talking to you, man. Yeah, man. No doubt, bro. Take it easy, man. Enjoy your Sunday, man. Sonny Parla, motherfucker. Who's next?
Gene,
my dog,
motherfucking
Gene.
Hawk.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Fuck yeah, dude. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you guys?
First of all, tell us who you are, where you're from, and all these good things. And if we know you, we apologize sincerely.
Yeah, that's all right. So my name's Gene. I live up in Seattle now, but I started training with Rob Kahn back in 2012.
Okay.
So that's where I started. I grappled with Sonny back in those days.
I was just going to say, that's just when I got there.
Yeah. I think so. You hadn't lost all the weight you had lost, right?
Right. I was still fat,
lost. Yeah. I trained there, and then I went to Gracie Pack for a while, and then I moved up here to Seattle. So I've been here for about 5 years.
Training up here. What made you move from? Jesus, what made you move from a hot, nice, beautiful,
this far
warm
away
climate to something that rains 10 months out of the year?
2,500 miles. So actually, it was for work. I got recruited to come do a job up here and take over sales team. So, so I
Okay.
did that first. Yeah, and
Seattle's a
I
pretty
live
cool
right across
town,
the
though,
street
man.
from my gym. Oh, I love Seattle.
Yeah, I've heard it's a cool city. Weather sucks, but I've heard it like Robbie goes this year. He's been to Seattle a few times. It's one of the spots
Yeah.
I've never been to. I've wanted
I've
to go. He
been
said he loves it. Out
me and Robbie went out there together one time for Cannabis Cup.
there. So you don't remember much of it.
No, actually, we traveled and we
Yeah.
went to the ice caves and we went to like Ocala, the Ocala. Or what is that? Is that what it's called? The Ocala mountains there?
There's the Olympic Mountains and the Cascades.
Maybe the
Yeah,
Olympic
you
mountains.
were so fucking
Yeah.
high. You were
I was
fucking-
pretty
you thought you
fucked
were
up,
fucking
yeah.
back in Florida.
I did a lot of fucking dabs. Did a
It's,
lot of dabs that
yeah.
weekend. I just remember
Living
being on a
up here
fucking
is
mountain.
Gorgeous.
That story
Well-
about you and Robbie walking around the Cannabis Cup and like doing dab hips for about 30 minutes and then looking at each other and be like, yeah, man, I
dude.
think we're just gonna go, man.
Yeah, we've seen it all. Like
We're good.
we've seen the booths. Went back to the hotel, slept for a few hours, went back to Cannabis Cup. But it was cool, man, because they were handing out packs of like weed cigarettes and like, you'd walk past a cop with a fucking joint in your hand and he'd be like, "Hey fellas." And
This is
Walk
before
by.
this is before it was legal too, right? This was before legalization. Is it
no,
already-
it was legal in Washington, but you couldn't like smoke on this. Like it's legal in Washington right now, but you can't like just go
Mhm.
smoke on the street. But during Cannabis Cup, they're super loose about
Yeah,
it.
they don't give a fuck. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
They're
Gasparilla.
it's a bunch of fucking it's a bunch of fucking stoners, man. Like we're not going to cause trouble. It's like we're not gonna shoot up the fucking place, man. We're just gonna get high and fucking. We're like the biggest threat is Doritos,
So how is your world? How is your world post COVID up in the Washington area?
Man, it
You guys got hit hard in the
sucks.
beginning, right? It was real bad
Yeah,
in
we-
the beginning, right?
Yeah, we really did, especially in nursing homes. We've come down quite a bit, but we're still locked down for the most part. I mean, our governor, he is really tight on us right now. So I haven't trained. I mean, I started training last week as the first time in 2 months, and I was so happy. And our gym is still officially closed, but there's about 5 of us who get together on Mondays and Wednesdays, and that's kind of the group that we're going to stay in. The same 5 group. Same 5 folks. We're gonna just get in there and we're going at it because none of us we can't stand it anymore. So we're meeting up at people's houses and getting back at it. But it's we're still locked down. We've got 3 more phases to go. And if you look at those phases and put them out there, it's probably sometime late July or August before we're fully opened up.
Wow.
Yeah. Our governor's not very popular right now from a
No, I
from a small
imagine
business
not.
perspective.
No, I
No.
imagine not.
Small businesses
Now-
are crazy.
I know Seattle tends to lean left. What's the sentiment out there about getting back to work?
So it's funny. I actually was looking at Governor Inslee's Twitter today, and I just wanted to read through his comments. And I'm not kidding. Probably 90% of the ones over the past, week was about open us up. You're a criminal. I mean, it was pretty negative towards Inslee. And he's a 2-time governor here. He
Yeah.
plans on running again in November. So I think his fan base is leaving him. We were all behind him for a while, but he's losing his fan base. And I know he's doing what he thinks is right. I mean, you can't fault him for doing what he thinks is right,
Right.
but his constituents are not happy with him right now, especially small businesses.
You hear things like that too, and it's just it's so insane to me because like you look at a place like Florida when you talk about Governor DeSantis, and like I in my mind I really want to try not to believe that this is a political thing, and I know Sonny disagrees with me on this, but like
Mhm.
I really want to try to believe that this is not about politics, and it's about these guys are listening to legitimate medical advice. It's not like they're just shooting from the hip here and saying what they want to go. I imagine that there are very intelligent, very, very real medical
Mhm.
professionals that are advising them at this point. It's so insane to me thinking about how in a state like Florida or in Texas, like they're just fucking out there doing things. You know what I'm talking? Then you look at a place like
Yeah.
Washington and they're not, you guys have probably been locked down longer than all of us. And then you look at the numbers and it's, it just doesn't match up to anything. And it's so incredibly frustrating. It's like, I don't even give a fuck. I don't even want to watch the news anymore because it's all fucking bullshit as far as I'm fucking concerned, man.
Actually,
Yeah.
I got to tell
Yeah.
you, The new White House correspondent.
Oh, fuck that bitch. I don't even
Okay,
get into it. Fuck. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Sonny. I apologize. I'm sorry, Sonny. Go ahead. Tell us your
Kayla McKenna, I think her name is.
Yeah.
She's fucking hot.
She is hot. She's definitely hot. She's definitely hot.
She's
Now,
fucking.
I'm not quite sure about her journalistic fucking credentials, but I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating fucking Cheetos. Bless her little heart. She can rant and rave all goddamn night. Oh, you're so pretty. Give me a baby. Come on.
I just love watching her talk.
I've got some creative ways to shut her up. That's for sure. Oh, I said that out loud. My mom's watching. Sorry, Mom.
No, but you know what though? She's a savage too, though, man.
She is fucking savage.
She's brutal.
As much as I want to hate the bitch, like I will tell you, like her ability to just throw shit out there and just not give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
it's insane. She's
just out there with a bazooka.
Fucking heartless. So how long have you been training for, man? You've been training since 2012. You purple belt yet? Brown belt?
Purple belt.
Purple
yeah, purple belt for now. Yeah.
You're a big motherfucker.
Get back
what do you weigh? About 215, 220, 230?
If I weighed 215, 220, 230, I'd be super happy. No, about 250.
How tall are you? About 6'3", 6'2", 6'3"?
5'11". 5'11".
You look like a big boy. I can just tell. You've got that.
I'm a big boy.
Motherfucker
It's no wonder we were paired up together during training.
I know, right?
That was back in Sonny Chubby days. I miss Fat Sonny. Just FYI. Anytime I can bring it up, I'll bring it up. So what are you doing now?
Why you miss that Sonny?
What's that?
He thinks Fat Sonny.
Why you miss that Sonny?
Everybody has a theory that Fat Sonny was funnier.
Yeah, it's just Fat Sonny was happy. This is he's just when he was
Fat
just
Sonny happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, always there to give you kisses and hugs and shit.
Skinny Sonny's angry old man.
Angry, cranky, buying guns and shit. Fat Sonny didn't want a gun. Fat Sonny didn't need a gun. He was fat. Skinny Sonny's like crazy and paranoid, angry all the time, packing heat.
I could take the bullets when I was fat.
We got anybody else waiting, Sonny? Anybody else?
Nobody's in the queue.
Fuck it. We'll talk to you for a little while. Keep Gene on for a bit.
So, Gene, what academy and team are you with now?
Yeah, so I train at Phantom BJJ, and it's actually part of James Foster, James 300 Foster.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, he's big dude. He's the he kind of owns the area, but is the guy my guy got his black belt from, my coach, and then he got his lineage or his black belt from Jiva Santana.
Okay.
So so that's One Jiu-Jitsu is that group.
Nice.
So that's where I lucked out. My subdivision, here I walk out of my subdivision or drive out, and my gym is across the street from my subdivision.
Now, do you train?
It's really
50-50 with the gi, or like what's your?
Well, so I got here. I got here as a 4-stripe blue belt, and my coach said, "Listen, man, you were mainly no gi, and now you're going to be mainly gi." So we only train no gi generally on Fridays. So he said, "You're going to sit there at this belt for a while until we get your your gi skill up to your no gi skill." So, which made sense, right? So almost 2 years ago, I got my purple belt. So, but we're still mainly gi, mainly gi. And I don't love gi. I like gi. All right. I love jujitsu. So I put up with it, but anytime I can throw the gi off and just go no gi, I'm a much,
I mean, if I had no choice, like if I lived in the sticks or something and the only school around me trained only gi, I'd fucking still train, I'm not gonna stop training because I'm gi now.
I go back and forth on them. I love training gi, but I don't know. I think if I had to choose one or the other to say I'm never gonna train ever again, this is the only thing I can ever train for the rest of my life, I got to choose. I definitely choose no gi. Like, as much as I enjoy training the gi, there's something about putting the gi on that kind of gets you back to the roots. You tie your gi up, and you feel like you're in that old ancient kind of like formal there's something about that gets to me when you put the gi on, you know, the purity and the essence of it. But
Yeah.
I'd have to say that I probably, don't quote me on this, but I probably enjoy no gi more. It's just more fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same. And I think my gi skill is, and my coach knows what he's doing. So I still think my no gi skill is higher than my gi skill. I've got so much to work on in everything, by the way. But I have so much. I'm a different grappler, and it's funny. I've grappled guys in competition in both gi and no gi, and they said they're two different guys.
Yeah.
You know, you're a no gi. You're just much more of a beast. You're much quicker. In gi, I'm a lot slower, more methodical. So I've learned to appreciate the methodical nature of a gi, and I will tell you that really has helped my game. So I can't knock gi at all. It has helped my game to become a lot more, again, methodical. You know, get precise, get my grips, and then I can go a lot faster and explode out. So the gi has definitely helped my game, but I just prefer no gi 100% of the time if I could get it. But it's not what we do here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I don't like to say I have a preference. I really don't, because I honestly love jiu-jitsu, and I don't care. And I spent equal amounts of times in my life training in the gi and in no gi throughout the course of my jiu-jitsu career. Maybe more no gi now, simply because I compete more in no gi. There's more options for competition in no gi, so I tend to work on my no gi game a little bit more. But like, just I don't think of, it's weird. Like, I don't think of the two as any different. I don't think of the two as any different from a jiu-jitsu point of view. Like, when I put my gi on and when I train in no gi, like if I'm training for a no gi event, I'll train in the gi. What the fuck's the difference? It's all about thinking about things in terms of jiu-jitsu. You see what I'm saying? And like, to say one is better than the other, it's hard for me to really make that call. Well, dude, man, Gene, you're the fucking man, dude. Thanks for watching, bro. You're super cool, bro. I appreciate you fucking coming on. I feel real cool that we got to reach across the country like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
man.
if you guys are ever up here, come train with us for sure. And I'm coming back down for work.
We'll come on a Friday,
I'll do in Florida. I'll come train. Yeah, come on a Friday. I'll next time I'm in Florida, because I come fairly often. I'll make sure I hook you up.
100%, man. Hit us up, dude. We'd love to hit you. Love to have you around, man.
All right, man. See you guys.
Thanks for watching, brother. Be good, homie. Boom! Sonny Parlin and the Hizzy.
Just
want to give it a shot? Want to call it? We good? We got an hour, right?
Yeah. Well, we do have someone in the queue.
Who is this? Bring him on.
Justin Whaley. Hello, Justin.
Justin, fucking A. But we'll talk to Justin before we go. Big dog.
What's up, man?
I ain't seen you in a bit, man. You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good. Doing good. Working today.
Yeah, I got a funny story about Justin today. Like, I didn't realize that you were friends with Eric Strange and Bobby Edmonds, and I forgot that you told me you trained with those guys. And like, Eric Strange, you know who Eric Strange is, Sonny? Mustache, no. Eric Strange, Bobby Edmonds, buddy. Well, he's a character, and like, he fucking, Bobby's a character too, and they pick no bones about some of their off-color remarks and some of their off-color.
I love those guys.
Yeah, it's I love those guys too. It's funny. I enjoy them, but I didn't. And I think of Justin as a family guy. I talked to him when we had him on the podcast. He's a fireman. I see him out in his little swing on his porch and shit like that. Well, he commented on a post that I commented on, and Eric Strange made a pretty off-color remark or reply to what he said, and I literally was like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm torn because I am fucking nuts. So I'm like, fucking immediately, I feel like I have to like try to put the situation out and just quench that fire a little bit. So I'm like, hey, bro, Eric, man, leave my boy alone, man. It's like off him and shit like that, trying to make a joke out of it. I didn't realize you knew who he was, and now it's funny. Now it's okay.
It's all right. I got him back. It's all right.
Cool. All right, cool.
I'm happy with it.
As long as you guys are cool, that's cool. I didn't want to I didn't want to be that fucking dickhead and be like, oh, come on, man. Sorry for bringing you into my sick and twisted world.
No, I get it, man. You all doing all right?
Yeah, man. Florida's coming around, man. They're starting to get back in the fucking swing of things, man. We've been trying to
get the business back up and running.
Yeah.
How's
we're on like phase? I think phase 2 now. Yeah. Phase 3. I don't know. I mean, I don't really pay attention to what the actual phases or whatever the hell you want to call them are. Like, they weren't going to open up campgrounds. That was the big thing this weekend. Was they weren't going to actually be opened up until Monday. No. until after Memorial Day.
Right.
And then a bunch of crap went up to the governor, and he's like, "Oh, you guys have done amazing. You know, you can go camping this weekend." It was just stupid. But yeah, don't get me started, man. It's kind of a joke up here.
So
but,
arbitrary.
Yeah, it's really.
It is.
Man, it's
Well,
man.
So like there was a lot of people around here that were this area that were going away from their families during the beginning of this, that worked in healthcare, that were going out and camping or staying in RVs or whatever, so that way they didn't have to be around their family during all this. Well, then all of a sudden they shut down campgrounds, so they couldn't do that. So yeah, those are open back up now. I think gyms are opening back up. The 26th, I think, is the actual date that they're allowed to open back up. And I mean, you know how that
that's
is.
still with strict social distancing and whatnot, right?
I think so. I think that's the rule.
Yes, we opened back up again, but we're supposed to have social distancing. But again, this is Florida, baby. We don't give a fuck about anything. It's the wild
Yeah.
We fucking do whatever the fuck we want to do. So
Fuck it.
they're not enforcing any of that shit, man. How's it going on the firefighting side? Go ahead, sorry. You say something?
What'd you say?
You're good. You're good. Sorry.
It's about the same. I mean, we're still kind of slow as far as the medical side goes, and really not a lot fire wise either. Surprisingly, we've been kind of busy on the ambulance after. So during the beginning of this, there was a few doctors that came out and said, "Hey, if people could stay home, stay home. If you don't have to go to the hospital, don't, because you might risk getting sick or whatever." Right. And then like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, there was one of the state the doctors at the head of the state said, "Hey, people are staying home, people are dying, and they're not seeking the care they should going to the hospital because they're afraid of getting sick at the hospital." So then all of a sudden, everybody just starts calling like, "Hey, I want to go to the hospital now."
Right.
So that's picking up a little bit.
I mean, it's weird and it's sad to think of it in this way, but like the medical industry is also an industry, and there's also a reason why you charge to go to a hospital, because it produces income and it gets people paid and keeps people employed. So like on another side of that, on a positive, I guess, to that is the fact that now at least doctors are getting back to work again, and medical employees are having to come back to work because people aren't afraid to die if they go to the hospital.
I mean, there were people in hospitals getting furloughed or laid off because there was no work. Yeah, which is that's like you said, it's crazy to think that, because you always think, oh, hospital, you can always go to work.
Right. So, a lot of my medical professional friends were in the same boat. A lot of doctor friends of mine are getting furloughed. Since people you think are essential, that are like, nah, we're not working because of what you said. They're trying to keep people there. They cut out non-essential, what they call them, elective procedures and things like that to keep people from going to the hospitals and shit, man.
Yeah.
Well, dope, man.
I'm hoping this is like, end of June. Maybe midway through July, stuff starts getting back to normal. I'm ready for it.
I am so too, bro. Like I said, man, in the beginning, I was a little more cautious because I was drinking the Kool-Aid and shit like that, and so here's what I think, and I still believe this 100%. I still am concerned. I still think like we have legitimate concerns about a fucking pandemic that's running around, but I also think like we just got to roll with the goddamn punches at this point. I just, what's going to come is going to come, and we got to figure out a way to do this, because we just shutting down the whole of the world's economy is just not the fucking. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna happen. No. The cure is gonna be worse than the fucking disease, brother, and it ain't fucking worth it anymore.
No.
Even aside from an economic, just look at what it's doing to the goddamn country. It's tearing us fucking apart, man. And I hate more than anything just seeing people drawing lines in the sand because of something as fucking stupid as this. You know what I mean? It was funny. I was thinking about this. I don't mean to. I know I wanted to cut it, but I don't talk about this for a second. I was thinking just even the topic of something as stupid as arbitrary as a fucking mask. And I understand that there's because I'm of the opinion that the mask really, like, it's very like symbolic at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it doesn't really do a whole lot of good. There's lots of evidence that shows that it's not doing a whole lot of good, but it does do a little bit of good. Some good is better than no good, but that's not the point. The point of the matter is like we are literally. I read memes on Facebook. Like, people are literally coming to fucking blows over something as simple as a fucking mask. If you want to wear the mask, wear the fucking mask. If you don't fucking wear the mask. Do we really have to hate each other because of this?
Yeah, a piece of fabric. I know, man. I know.
Like, what are we fucking adults here? And I don't care. I don't care one side or the other. Like, we're literally like fighting in the streets over a goddamn mask. Don't wear the fucking mask. I'll wear my mask. Who gives a fuck?
Jesus Christ,
we did have a guy kind of get. So I was working the fire department the other day, and we went into a grocery store, and I wasn't wearing my mask because we have a limited supply that we use. And there's a guy kind of following in behind us, and I heard him kind of clear his throat, and I turned around because I thought he was just wanting to say something, say hi, hey, here's the firefighter, we're going to say hi to him. And he's like, where's y'all's masks?
Right.
I was like, we're going to go here. So I was like, well, we have some, we wear them on emergency runs, but we try not to wear them out and about because we have limited supply. So because, and I wasn't trying to say this shitty, but after the fact, I was like, that kind of sounded like a dick. But I said, people went out and bought a lot of the masks, and then we didn't have a supply.
It really is true.
And then I was like, oh, this was probably one of the guys that bought up all the masks, so we don't have a supply.
One of the things that Fiducci was actually saying on, I saw an interview where they had him on 60 Minutes, and this is again when we start talking about the insanity of this. Like, one of the things Fiducci said was the reason why we don't want to wear the mask is because we don't have a whole lot of them. People fucking stockpile them, leaving them around. Like, we don't have as many of them. And the science behind the effectiveness versus like the need for people like yourself that actually need them doesn't really add up. But that's one thing. But then you got the other chick, the one that wears the scarf. I forget her damn name. That went on the other day talking about like she's sad because she's afraid because people aren't wearing masks. It's like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are we supposed to fucking believe, man?
Yeah.
It's a fucking
within 5
shit
minutes. They'll both be on TV together, and like they're both saying different things.
It's fucking insane. I can't tell you the number of
the only person that we can trust in these times is Dave Chappelle. I think we should look to Dave Chappelle for the answers.
I want to trust that press secretary chick. She can tell me whether the fuck she wants. Lay her little head on my fucking shoulder. It's good. Tell me all your stories. I don't care. You're right. Fuck Obama. He sucks. All right, man. Justin, I love you. We're gonna get fucking bouncing, dude. I got fucking. Thanks for coming on, bro. You're awesome. Thanks for fucking watching. Sonny's been giving me fucking texts for the last 20 minutes. He wants to get going. I want to get going too. I gotta go pick my girlfriend up, man.
Hey, you guys enjoy. Be safe, all right?
Hey, man, you're the man, brother. Thanks, homie. Stay safe, man.
See ya.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right, so Kevin, I got something special for you before you go.
Tell me. All right, let's hear it.
Let's see if I can. Let's see how you handle this.
Oh, you're a fucker. You're gonna put me in a bad mood right before I go pick my fucking girlfriend up.
Can you hear it?
A little bit. It's not going to be really loud, is it? Let's see.
Let rain, gently dry, and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain, a baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain, the school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain, the prisons make you wonder where it went. Chocolate rain.
What the fuck was that? that was to the rhythm of a different song, though, wasn't it? Wasn't it like, or is that actually the song? Am I that ignorant?
No, that's the song. It's Chocolate
The song
Rain.
is called Chocolate Rain.
Yes,
that's awesome. That kid's voice is amazing, by the way. That was something special. Thank you for the utter randomness of whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. That just make you smile on your way to go pick up your girl.
Go smoke your fucking coffee cup.
All right, I will.
Let's hit the sponsors up one more time. No judges needed. OMGH 25% off your order. Second order, you get OMGH 10. You get $10 off spats, rash guards, and fight shorts. Lavender Lane, OMGH 20% off your order. They got a lot of shit at Lavender Lane. It's good stuff, good shop. And Professor Cool because he's fucking dope.
That's
there we go. Sonny Parlin, I love you, man. You're awesome. Thank you very much.
You are awesome as well. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, brother. Be good, homie.